Hey team, welcome to the Durham Bulls venue-specific training video. First, let's go over our operation overview. It's time for you to get to know your venue. At Durham Bulls Athletic Park, our operation consists of 2 food stands, first base burger and third base burger with 8 to 12 staff each, including cooks. Parking is going to be at the American Tobacco North Deck, and there's an easy walk to check in from there. Our entry gate will be the staff entrance off of Jackie Robinson Drive, and once you get in through the check-in gate, you'll check in with your EATS2SEATS site lead and then proceed to either first base burger or third base burger depending on your shift assignment. If you're assigned as a hawker, we're going to have the vending hub operate at a first base burger, but this may change over the course of the season, so be sure to ask your site lead if you're assigned as a hawker for the shift. Next, let's review what to expect as a staff member with us at Durham Bulls Athletic Park. If you're a hawker, hawking is mobile vending, carrying around a strapped tub of beer, sodas, water, hot dogs, or cotton candy around the park. You must be able to carry 10 to 30 pounds of product around the venue to do this job. If you're placed in first base or third base burger, we'll be serving hot food and pre-made food items along with sodas, beer, draft beer, and other beverages. We will serve hot dogs, chicken fingers, fries, and other items out of the back of the kitchen, and then in the front of the house, we'll serve draft beer and canned beer in each stand. If you're a runner instead of a cashier, you will be involved in a lot of food prep work, so be sure you pay attention later in the video so you're up to speed when you get on site. Next, let's review our organizational structure at the park. Up at the top, we have our site lead, who's going to be your point of contact for all things EATS2SEATS. The site lead will be the first to arrive, the last to leave, and ensure all personnel matters are handled. Under them, we have our stand leads and cooks, where our cooks will prepare all the food in our stands, and your stand lead will coordinate with the cooks, the cashiers, and the runners in the stand to make sure it runs to maximum efficiency. Under them, we have our hawkers and our staff, where we'll bring 2 to 5 hawkers per game, depending on the ticket sales. And then hawkers will be allocated to specific areas of the park to maximize sales, and concession stand staff will perform their normal duties. Next, let's go over our venue layout overview. Check-in will be at the staff gate entrance off of Jackie Robinson Drive. Then we'll have first base burger, which is directly after you get in check-in and before section 214. Then we'll have third base burger, which is near sections 209 and 211. And then we'll have our vending hub, which we will run at a first base burger for the meantime, but please be aware this can change throughout the course of the season. Next, let's go over our product overview at the ballpark. At first base burger, our product types are hot dogs, burgers, fries, chicken tenders, candy, sodas, the Carolina burger, the jalapeno cheeseburger, popcorn, pretzels, draft, and canned beer. Hawkers are going to serve water, sodas, peanuts, cotton candy, and other specialty items like during the Savannah Bananas games. Third base burger and first base burger serve the same product types, so once you're familiar in one stand, you'll be good to work the other stand. Let's go over our general EATS2SEATS policies and procedures for preparation. In regards to preparation, the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure you know how to use the EATS2SEATS staff app and that you're using it to sign up, to join the event-specific group meets, to access the logistics documents, and to complete all of your trainings. You will sign up for all of your events through the EATS2SEATS staff app, and you must confirm your attendance. And please remember, if you're on the final roster and you drop out, you will receive a written warning. Utilize the logistics document to review our dress code, to find parking information, check-in information, and utilize the event-specific group meet to ask your site lead any questions you may have and for any event day communications. Next, let's review the enforcement wing of our disciplinary policy. This is our written warning system, which will all be deployed through the EATS2SEATS staff app. Every employee is allowed 3 written warnings depending on the type of violation before your employment with us will be terminated. Primary causes for receiving a written warning include tardiness, dropout, dress code violations, conduct unbecoming of an EATS2SEATS staff member, violating cheers values, or a venue complaint. If you receive a venue complaint, it will result in automatic termination. Again, you can find all of your written warnings if you receive one in the My Warnings tab of your EATS2SEATS staff app. You may also appeal any written warning directly through your staff app as well. Next, let's review our general policies. First is our dropout policy, where if you drop out from an event you've signed up for and that you're on the final roster for within 24 hours of the event's held on and start date, you will receive a written warning. You are allowed up to 3 written warnings for any category of disciplinary action before your employment with us will be terminated. Then we have our tardiness policy, which requires staff to arrive within 30 minutes of the designated report time window for any event you sign up for, or you will receive a written warning. Again, as soon as you hit 3 written warnings for anything, you will be terminated. Next, let's review our service standard policy, which is an acknowledgement that you will not wear a hood, you will not have sunglasses on, you will not be on your phone during the shift, you won't take unnecessary breaks, and that you will be fully present and adhering to the cheers values during every second of your shift. Next, let's review our dress code policy. Our Eats to Seats standard dress code is all black with a plain, non-branded black hat, no excess jewelry, black slacks, and black non-slip shoes. You are not allowed to wear spandex, athletic shorts, or anything outside of this dress code. If you show up to work out of uniform, you will be sent home promptly. Next, let's review our alcohol policies at the Durham Bulls Athletic Park. Alcohol law number 1, you may never serve more than 2 beers per customer. If they only have one in their hand, you may only serve them one more. Law number 2, you must ID every customer, and if you have any doubt as to the validity of the ID, you are empowered to say no. Alcohol law number 3, open every beer we serve, keep the caps, and throw them away at the end of the shift. And finally, alcohol law number 4, never serve to a customer that already seems intoxicated. Some Durham Bulls specific notes, just note that we will be serving both draft beer and canned beer, and that the same alcohol laws that apply to canned beer apply to draft beer as well. For a proper draft pour, tilt the cup at a 45-degree angle, position it 1 inch away from the nozzle, and then pour in the middle of the cup to produce the right amount of foam, and then pull the glass upright as it fills up. This will give you a nice, steady draft pour. Also remember, you must have your ABC certification to serve alcohol with us at the Durham Bulls Athletic Park. Next, let's review checking in and pre-sales, and specifically what to do once you get to your stand. Next, let's review our general event timeline to give you an idea of what a Durham Bulls shift looks like. The most important times during the shift are report time, sales start time, the 7th inning stretch and alcohol cutoff, and then close down. Assuming that a Durham Bulls game starts at 3 p.m., gates will always be at 1 p.m., and that means our site lead would arrive around 10 a.m., our stand leads and our cooks would arrive around 11 a.m., and then at 12 p.m. that's when staff report time would be for the burger stands and the hawkers. This timeline will vary depending on when the game actually starts, but always remember that the 7th inning stretch is going to be our alcohol cutoff, and that we're going to start soft closing the burger stands after that, but that we don't officially close down until the end of the baseball game. Next, let's recap how the flow of checking in and getting to your stand will go. First, you're going to arrive on time and then check in with your site lead at the staff entrance. You're going to get your Eats to Seats vest and a wristband from the site lead at check-in, and then you're going to take your on-site service quiz before heading to your stand. If you're at First Base Burger, then that's right near check-in, and if you're at Third Base Burger, you'll walk all the way down the concourse to the very end to get to Third Base Burger by sections 209 and 211. Hawkers, you're going to report to First Base Burger unless told otherwise by your site lead, because the vending hub location will vary throughout the season. Hawkers, once you get to your stand, you'll get your point of sale system from the site lead after check-in is closed at First Base Burger. Then your site lead will take you to your designated area and your sections, and then you will begin sales. If you're in one of the burger stands, you will immediately follow direction from your stand lead to get the stand prepared for sales. Next, let's review the during sales portion of this training and how to operate during sales at Durham Bulls Athletic Park. First, let's go over product displays. Optics are very important, guys, so make sure that all of our sales displays are perfect and up to the venue's standards, and then make sure our cashiers in the front of the line are perfectly uniformed in hats and zipped Eats to Seats vests. Then we're going to want to set up speed lines with water bottles or sodas or canned beer next to the cash registers so that both cashiers and runners can decrease their motion waste throughout the course of the shift and increase overall throughput. Next, let's review our fried food options at Durham Bulls and how, as a staff member, you're supposed to help prepare them within First Base Burger or Third Base Burger. As a general overview, your stand's cooks will cook the food, but some of our staff at the beginning of the shift will be designated as a runner to help them prepare food and bring it to the front of house warmers to help cashiers reduce their motion waste. Types of products that are fried are chicken tenders, fries, and jalapeno poppers that we'll put on the jalapeno cheeseburger. Only our Eats to Seats cooks will need to utilize the crisper, but for the crisper and First Base Burger, it will serve as your hot food warmer for any fried items. You will also season French fries in the crisper. Remember, Third Base Burger doesn't have a crisper, so you will use a hotel pan and a hot food warmer in lieu of it. Any hot food in First Base Burger or Third Base Burger that we produce needs to be put in a box before we can place it in a hot food warmer in the front of the stand. For any fried items, we will place these in chicken boxes, and you can identify these from burger boxes by noticing that a chicken box is the one container in the stand that has holes in it. And also remember that the chicken box, we're always going to put the solid side on the bottom, and it might confuse you because we're actually going to have the smaller side at the bottom, but just make sure that you're always putting the smaller side on the bottom. Whenever you're filling up a chicken box, always fill it to water level, which is the point where if it was water, it would begin to pour out of the box. On our last note for fried food, in regards to production needs, your cooks will guide this, but just remember, we will always fill up the hot food warmers in the front of the house pre-shift And then during the shift, for all fried food items, we'll make them on a made-to-order basis. Next, let's review our grilled food items at Durham Bulls Athletic Park and what your role is as a staff member at First Base Burger and Third Base Burger to prepare them. For a general overview, remember your stands will always cook this food, but some of you will be designated to help prepare the food. The type of grilled food products that we have include burger patties, chicken patties, hot dogs, chili, jalapeno poppers, and then our 2 specialty burgers this year, the jalapeno cheeseburger, which has ghost pepper jack cheese and jalapeno poppers on it, and then our Carolina burger, which is a chili and coleslaw burger. As a runner in First Base Burger, you will be utilizing the steam table, which will be your hot food warmer for grilled food like the crisper for the fryer. You must fill all of the containers on the steam table with a 1/4 inch of water before turning it on to heat the hotel pans. All burgers should warm on the steam table before being bunned. Just like the chicken boxes with fried food and the crisper, you will utilize burger boxes for grilled food and the steam table. To identify the burger boxes, that's going to be the type of box in the stand with no holes in it, unlike the chicken box. You'll put all burgers in these, including chicken sandwiches. In regards to production needs, always just follow the production schedule. And with grilled food, it's different because any fried food we actually don't have on the production schedule, and that's why those items are made to order only. You will also have a flip-top cooler in First Base Burger or a prep table in Third Base Burger, and you should utilize these as a prep station for all grilled food, and you can also use it as a hot food warmer for any grilled food if you're running out of space on the steam table. For our specialty burgers, normally you could find coleslaw mix and coleslaw under the flip-top cooler, so utilize that for specialty burgers. And then you can find our chili for the Carolina burger on top of the steam table. Next, let's review proper utilization of the steamer and the flip-top cooler at Durham Bulls. As a general overview, remember, you can always ask your cook how to utilize these and how you should utilize these throughout the shift. The types of products involved with the steamer and the flip-top cooler include all grilled items such as burger patties, chicken patties, hot dogs, chili, and jalapeno poppers. The steamer is significant because we can utilize it to quickly de-thaw items that we pull out of cold storage, such as hot dogs. You can also find hot dogs kept under the flip-top cooler. If you ever need to turn on the steamer, locate the power button at the bottom of it and turn it on, and then you'll leave it in the constant steam setting for the whole shift. Now looking specifically at the flip-top cooler, you can view this as your prep station for grilled items and cold storage for some items, such as coleslaw and hot dogs for the steamer. Any prep items you store in the flip-top cooler, remember that you'll place those under the steamer because since that's a prep station, it'll be a lot easier for you to grab than having to navigate back from cold storage over to the flip-top cooler. The flip-top cooler is important as a prep station because that's the runner's home base to assist the cooks in preparing food for sales. For example, cooks will always only follow the production schedule in regards to hamburger and cheeseburger production. They will make the hamburgers and cheeseburgers plain, and then if a customer wants lettuce, tomato, or anything else added, they will send it back to the kitchen, where then we will utilize the flip-top cooler to put the toppings on the sandwich, and then we will serve it again to customers. Overall, utilize both the steamer and the flip-top cooler to assist your cooks with food production and preparation in either First Base Burger or Third Base Burger. Next, let's review the runner relationship to both food preppers and cashiers. In regards to pre-shift, one runner should be paired to every 2 cashiers within the stand. Your stand lead should take care of this for you. There also should be 1 food prepper paired to each cook within the stand. The food preppers should work with the cooks to mass produce popular items and get ahead of the production schedule. During sales, food preppers should help the cooks get ready food prepped and to a runner as efficiently and quickly as possible. Runners should take the food from the food preppers and organize it in the correct locations. There are food warmers so cashiers can grab it much easier and not have to walk to the back of the house to grab items every single sale. Overall, the theme here is to reduce cashier motion waste. Runners, you should be grabbing all product items for your cashiers. This is because we need to reduce their motion waste because this will both increase the overall amount of transactions during the shift, which in turn will maximize tip splits for all staff within the stand. Next, let's review the hard point-of-sale systems in both First Base and Third Base Burger. The point-of-sale system will have the username and PIN number to sign in on the machine on the bottom left of the front screen. Stand leads will assist you in logging in all point-of-sale so that they're ready to sell. Right when you log in, check that all of your product items are on your menu, and then make sure you know how to use the point-of-sale system. To ring up a customer transaction on this point-of-sale, you're going to click on the picture of the item you want to add to your cart, then you will click the green checkout button in the bottom right corner, and then you will click the the white square icon that says credit card in the top left corner of your screen, and then you will click the green checkmark icon that will then finally prompt the payment and tip option on the customer-facing screen on the opposite side of the point of sale system. Following our no self-tipping policy, make sure that the customer always taps the card themselves and that you never select a tip option for yourself. You will be terminated if you're caught doing so. At the end of both first base and third base burger, we also have a mobile ordering system point of sale, which has its own unique way of operating. While we won't be using the mobile ordering system often, it is still important you know how to use it. The pending screen is the main screen that shows all of the orders we need to complete. This is our North Star. To work on a ticket, click on it on the upcoming screen and then print out a standardized receipt. Then you will prepare the food items or drink items that are on that ticket, and then when the order is made, you will move it to completed and then place both the items and the ticket together on the front counter for a customer to grab. When you move the item to completed, it sends an automated text message to the customer that their order is ready. As a general policy, if a customer is ever unhappy with their mobile order because it's not fresh enough, or they were late to pick it up, or it took a while to make the order, confirm this with your venue supervisor, but we should always grant that request to ensure customer satisfaction. You will only operate on the pending and the completed tabs of the mobile ordering system primarily, but the upcoming tab will show any orders that are not ready to be prepared yet, because the mobile ordering system uses a throttle technique, which means it limits the amount of pending orders that we can be processing at one time. So anybody over that limit for pending orders during a certain period of time will end up on the upcoming screen. If you're a hawker, you will use a mobile handheld point of sale system like seen here on the slide. Your site lead will provide your username and your PIN number to you to sign in, and you must remember your PIN number because this is how we track your tips. When you're making a sale on the handheld point of sale system, it's very straightforward. Simply click the plus button on the product item that the customer orders, then click the cart button in the top right corner of the point of sale system, and then click that green credit button at the bottom of the point of sale system, and then flip it back over to the customer to select the tip amount and then to swipe their card to finalize the transaction. Next, let's review some tips to drive more sales and to reap the benefits tip-wise for yourself. Always utilize the EATS2SEATS service script and the cashier script to upsell and to maximize sales. Hawkers, be loud and be proud. You're there to make money. We want people who will walk around yelling, cold sodas, cold water, hot chocolate here. We need hawkers to be loud and to be proud. Fans will not buy from you if you're walking quietly around and waiting for them to approach you rather than you chasing the sale. Also, just have personality and have a good time interacting with customers. If you don't enjoy this, this probably is not the job for you. Be personable, ask them how their day is going, and ask them if they're enjoying the game. These little things can go a long way to increasing your tip take home throughout the course of the shift. Lastly, let's review our close down and checkout procedures at Durham Bulls. Close down procedures are very important. We should always leave the stands the way we found them. Close down occurs at the end of the game, but we will begin soft closing about 30 minutes prior to the end of the game. This will always be at the direction of your site lead or stand lead, and if the game is about to go into extra innings, make sure you're waiting for their call before you begin soft close. Stand lead and staff close down responsibilities include stocking the ice cooler with ice and the fridge with water, returning boxed candy, peanuts, and chips to their proper places, discarding any unsold hot food items, bringing all dirty utensils and dishes to the 3-compartment sink for cooks to clean, compiling all trash and cardboard and putting it out in the front of the stand, sweeping, helping the stand lead ensure all inventory counts are done and accurate and complete, and then awaiting the site lead for stand inspection and official closing approval. The stand must uphold venue cleanliness, stocking and inventory, and closing standards before you are dismissed for the shift. Staff will also help out with cook close down responsibilities, which include cleaning the grill top, the fryer, the steam table, and the crisper, wiping down all surfaces with degreaser and sanitizer, draining the grease traps in the 3-compartment sink, because the 3-compartment sink in both of our stands actually has a grease trap filter. We will throw away any leftover hot food and then saran wrap and store any leftover prep or cold storage items. Remember, we'll also clean all the dishes in the 3-compartment sink as well. Once our stands have met close down procedure standards, your site lead will check you out at your stand. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Now, please complete the Durham Bulls 101 quiz on your My Trainings tab of your EATS2SEATS staff app with a 100% score to sign up for work. Please text your ROD or email any questions you have about this training to support@EATS2SEATS.com and we will get back to you ASAP. Thank you again for watching this video, and finally, may God bless America, may God bless the Durham Bulls, and may God bless EATS2SEATS.